Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to have many revelations as well as saga-wide implications in this film that'll change how we view the entire Skywalker saga by director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really interesting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie is going to have a lot of cameos and references as well as connections to past characters, planets, and of course other environments to the Star Wars franchise. That's really going to be used as a way in order to build Episode 9 as the biggest Star Wars film within the Skywalker saga. Now, what's really great about this is that we do know that J.J. Abrams aims to make this movie to have the most detail. We're talking about the most characters, the most planets, references, and connections in a Star Wars movie in history. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing and interesting about all of this is that, well, it's described that a description of Rey on board of the Millennium Falcon, where it's described that she is going through a large bag full of Luke's belongings that he kept a big secret on Ahch-To. It's described that one of the important objects that Rey comes across is said to be Obi-Wan Kenobi's diary that he kept on Tatooine that was across and is said to be Obi-Wan's diary that he kept on Tatooine that was eventually handed down to Luke Skywalker himself. It's said that within the book reveals many secrets about what Kenobi went through. It's described that one of the pages that Rey comes across explains that Kenobi would train with Qui Gon Jinn, where Qui Gon reveals that the way it was made possible to become a Force ghost was through the mortal world, was through the power of the Beyond, that holds both the origins of the light and the dark side of the Force combined. It's also described that the ancient order of the Wills played a role in Qui Gon being able to master this ability without losing his personality. However, the Beyond was said to play a large role in Qui Gon mastering this, that he taught Kenobi on Tatooine when the time comes for Kenobi to use it. So let's go over a couple of parts about this, because this is real interesting stuff when it comes to the Rise of Skywalker. After all, you know, I myself, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there, love Force, Sith, and Jedi lore within the Star Wars franchise that is now going to be a big part of Episode 9 by director J.J. Abrams. So what can we really make from all of this? Well, we do know that the Beyond is going to play a major role in this movie. It's going to be basically an answer to a lot of those questions, not just from the sequels, but also from the prequels and the originals. It also is going to go into midichlorians, which we just went over not too long ago, and about Qui Gon Jinn. This is where it all gets very interesting, is that how he was able to become a Force ghost was not just through the ancient order of the Wills that would allow him to not lose his personality when becoming a Force ghost, but it was also through the use of the Beyond that actually holds the origins of the dark and the light combined that Qui Gon Jinn used in order to master this ability that was eventually handed down to, of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, and even now Luke Skywalker. So what's really great about this is that we do know that Episode 9 really is going to dig deep into Force lore to make the fans understand a lot more about what's possible in the Star Wars universe and how it's made possible, right? So Qui Gon Jinn, I highly doubt that he's going to be in the movie visually speaking, but this is a fantastic reference. This is a great way to really give us some answers to Qui Gon Jinn and exactly down to the point how he became a Force ghost and how he was able to master it. Besides the ancient order of the Wills, it was also because of Beyond. Now, this diary of Obi-Wan Kenobi, in case you guys did not know, I don't know if you guys read some of the comics out there, both Legends and canon alike, you know, Obi-Wan Kenobi does indeed have a journal full of secrets, full of reveals that will actually be a part of this movie. After all, Ahch-To or Ahch-To is going to be some form of a role in Episode 9 to a certain extent, and I wouldn't doubt that we're going to see the moment in which Rey grabs all of these objects from Luke Skywalker's hut just before she left Ahch-To in The Last Jedi. So Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui Gon Jinn, as well as Luke Skywalker, having all these different references in the film in order to really bring fans back to the prequels and the originals, in my point of view, is a step in the right direction by Disney and Lucasfilm in order to really give the fans a better sense of where things are going in Episode 9 and what they really want to do in order to answer a lot of those burning questions. So Qui Gon Jinn, one of my favorite characters, one of the great Jedi in not just the prequels, but of course in other canon materials such as the comics and the books and the novels that are out there under Disney. You know, you do get to learn more about Qui-Gon, not just in that, but eventually now in Star Wars Episode 9. After all, this is the end of the Skywalker saga. JJ really wants to go out with a bang. He wants to really go all out with this movie by introducing all of these different references that are going to answer all of these different questions through some of the sequel trilogy characters, such as Rey, for a great example there. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say about all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding from night to night.